Hello everyone, Allie here, and welcome to the Gold Mine. Thank you so much for joining me here on another episode at Allie's Treasure Trove. It's been a little while, but we do have a new episode of Funko Versus, my fun series where I take a Funko Pop and then compare it to some other type of collectible of the same character, or in this case, the same dragon. So initially last Tuesday during that Orihime statue unboxing, I did say that I was going to be checking out this Mega House Gems Gin Ichimaru to continue with our Bleach theme. We'll get to this on Thursday. I wanted to go ahead and squeeze in an exciting new arrival of mine. I've had it on pre-order for months, and I am talking about the Amakuni Stardust Dragon. So I do, of course, have the recent Target exclusive Funko Pop release. Now, I am excited, of course, that the Funko Pop exists. I did think it was odd. You know, we got an original series characters. We started finally getting the gods. You know, Winged Dragon of Ra just came out of GameStop. And then we skipped GX. We skipped all the way to 5Ds, got Stardust Dragon, and then nothing else. Like, there's no Yusei. There's nothing else going on. So curious if perhaps Funko has that in the works. Because, of course, this is technically part of the line with My Valentine, Yami Bakura, and the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. It's exclusive, so it's not shown on the back. Interesting, though. The interesting jump to Stardust Dragon, so I'm curious if they're just going to start doing larger size iconic creatures or what's up with that. But I do have, like I said, here it is in its giant box. Believe it or not, the shipping box was about this wide. I was like, oh my goodness, what have I done? And then, of course, I promptly went to order some new Artworks monsters that went up for sale. I'll scatter those pictures around screen. So this is not part of that Artworks Monsters line from Mega House. This is Amakuni, different company, several years ago. And actually, coinciding with this release, there was the Yusei Fudo statue reissue, which I actually have the original issue of Yusei. So if you guys would like to see that, let me know in the comments down below. I can go ahead and unbox him here in the future. And then also the Jaden exclusive. So I did miss out on the Jaden. I wish Jaden would get a re-release because last time I checked, he was still around $500, as these were print to order initially. So maybe we'll get a GX creature and then we'll get a reissue of Jaden. I vaguely remember seeing some sort of Chaz statue. I posted about it a long time ago in the community tab. I don't remember if that was Amakuni or not. I haven't seen it go up for order anywhere. So maybe if he is Amakuni, maybe we'll get a Jaden reprint or re-release when the Chaz goes up. But I don't know, but excited, and I know this series is a bit of a joke. I mean, what is really the comparison between a statue nearly 10 times the price of a Funko Pop? It's just for fun. So I'm excited to go ahead and unbox both of these. I know even though this is the more exciting one, I think we'll go ahead and start off with the Funko Pop since it is here right on screen. So let me bring this on up. I know I had hid the screen initially just because these things are so big. It's like, what is the point of having the card cam? But we're not looking at cards. They will be looking at Stardust. So let's swap views here. And here he is. So, little chibi Stardust Dragon. Only at Target. Now, this one seems to be a bit more in print than the Slifer. I did not have any issue finding the Stardust. I'd initially pre-ordered him online, and then that got delayed, and then I found like several in store, and there's still more at the Target here by the shop. So he's still around, so looks like a little bit easier to get. Harder to find was actually the Blackluster Soldier for Target Con. I forgot that it existed, and then it sold out, and I was like, huh, oops. But then I somehow found some in store. I thought it was online only, so that was cool. I had bid on a few on auction I lost, so I'm glad that I lost those, because I ended up finding him, of course, for regular retail. And then I do have the Blue Eyes Ultimate up there, so little chibi Ultimate. Alright, let's go ahead and extract here. I didn't notice when I bought him originally, but the one corner here was bent a little bit. It's not the world's biggest deal. I tend to not care about the boxes for the oversized pops, just because it gets to the point where it's like, girl, are you really gonna keep that in box forever? No. So I have some like really busted up, like the, are they 10-inch? Whatever the Pokemon, the jumbo-sized Pokemons are. I have some like that size that are really beat up. So interestingly enough, we still have Egyptian hieroglyphics. I don't know why. That doesn't fit. I mean, it looks cool in the background. Funko, that doesn't fit the theme. We got Aztec stuff in 5Ds. That's not the right mythology. But anyways, we don't have Earthbound Immortals. You know, that would actually be cool if we had Earthbound Immortal Funko Pops. That'd actually be really neat. Some Mega House, the Artworks monsters that have been announced, not the ones that I showed on pre-order, those are up for order, including that Blue Eyes Ultimate, which is like a Kaiba Corp store exclusive. I had to go through a proxy service. There is a Black Rose Dragon coming, which I wanted to double check if it was Amakuni. It's not. So that's Artworks Monsters Black Rose Dragon. And then 107 Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, I believe, is coming as well. So I don't know. Maybe we could get more 5Ds Funko Pops. Maybe we could get more 5Ds Amakuni, not Amakuni. Maybe with some Earthbound Immortals. But I never realized Stardust Dragon's got some teeth. Boy, got some teeth. Alright, so here is his stand. Unfortunately, this one's a bit scratched up. This is actually upside down. So the scratches are on the bottom. It is clear, so they're easier to see that there are scratches, but it'll be flat on a surface, so you're not really going to see it on display. I did have difficulty getting that Blue Eyes Ultimate onto the stand. It was a giant PITA to get him on there, so hopefully this one is not as bad. It's actually heavier than I would have imagined in the box. The box doesn't feel heavy, but this does. I think it's just because it's weight in such a concentrated area that it feels a lot heavier than the full thing itself, but I guess with so much space in the box, it's balanced out. But here he is. I didn't realize. I don't know. I've just never looked at Stardust Dragon close enough to realize that it had teeth. So it looks a little bit awkward, like, straight on. This is kind of funny looking, but this definitely does look like Stardust Dragon, although in chibi form. And I'm noticing the wings here have a little bit of give. So probably not supposed to mess with those too much. This might be a bit of a softer plastic than expected. But cool looking claws. All things considered, I'm actually impressed with the paint job. I am seeing some little flecks of lost paint on, we just call it a Klingon nose? I don't know. Whatever this part of Stardust Dragon is. But otherwise, looking at the actual body piece, you know, his purple pecs. Sounds so weird to say. But the purple there, very clean. Clean application on the legs, on the hands as well. Claws. He's a dragon. Pretty impressed. This is actually a lot nicer than I would have expected on closer inspection. So a little bit there. But overall, really nice paint job. I'm actually impressed since there are just so many parts here. I mean, obviously it's one solid creature, but so many areas. So many areas for different color paints. I'm impressed. So, before I get too impressed, let's try and squeeze him down here on his stand. Like I said, it was not fun with Blue Eyes Ultimate. So let's see. Get you on here. This is definitely a cool Funko Pop. Like I said, it does feel a bit out of place as compared to the current Funko collection. Although I am hoping that this does imply that we'll either get 5D's characters. I would love Yusei, Jack, Aki, twins. I don't remember what their names are. There's a Carly, cool. I like Carly a lot. So there's a lot of cool characters. I mean, options. Can we get Yusei on a motorcycle? At Funko. Can we get Yusei? Can we get card games on motorcycles? I need to know. It is imperative for my existence to know. So I do feel like it implies we could have some more really cool stuff coming in the pipeline once they finish more of the original characters and then just start doing like random variants for Comic-Con. Which, I know the WonderCon stuff has been announced. There's a cool Donald Duck, like, Angel and Devil 2-pack. Otherwise, I don't think there's anything I was interested in. Which is fine, because Funko's been releasing a lot of stuff that I've been into. So I need to, like, chill out a little bit. Otherwise, the jokes about me buying a storage unit are not going to be jokes anymore. Especially with other giant... There's so many cool Yu-Gi-Oh! Statues coming, you guys. And you guys will bet, when they come in, I'll be here ripping them open. You know, live vicariously through me if you have self-control and don't have space, instead of me, who needs to find space. Alright, so actually... I mean, it looks like we could put him down a bit more on the right leg. And I did get him down a little bit more. I pick him up, though. The base stays on. So even though, like I said, it looks like... due for some more squeezing on the right side. Looks like there's a bit of space there. Stardust Dragon is fitting quite nicely, so let me unsnap. That actually looks really cool. Really cool out of the box. That's a really good Funko Pop. Like I said, impressed with the paint application on closer inspection. I expected it to be a bit janky, to be honest. But it looks really good, so I'm really impressed. I'm not sure why they're out and about so much. More people should have you in their houses, Mr. Stardust. Alright, so that does it for our little Funko review. I would say 9 out of 10. A little bit of paint issues. definitely would recommend anyone that likes Yu-Gi-Oh! If you're not into 5Ds, I mean, it looks really cool if you just want a cool dragon card. I would still recommend picking up Stardust Dragon, even without seeing 5Ds or knowing anything about the characters. Stardust Dragon's still iconic, so definitely would recommend picking him up for any Yu-Gi-Oh! Collector. Now, the moment you all have probably been waiting for, we are going to be cracking on open this giant Amakuni Stardust Dragon. So I was wondering, I was like, what scale is this? And then I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. I don't even know what the regular size of Stardust Dragon is. It's gonna be like 1/20th scale. 1/10, 1/100 scale, I don't even know. But I think we can get rid of this. I think we can get rid of that. Just because this is going to be a tall boy. He doesn't fit. Yeah, he doesn't fit under the camera. So, big boy here. So let's take a look at this Amakuni box. Does, of course, say Stardust Dragon, 5Ds, non-scale, pre-painted model. So, not scale. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. So this is cool here. Then on the back, it does, of course, show the front and the back view. I can see he's got some teeth. Not as big teeth as you would have expected based on the Funko Pop's proportions. To overseas customers, please contact the shop where you purchase this item for customer support. To receive customer support, all purchases must be made from an authorized distributor. Items that were resold, parallel imported, or purchased at an auction are not supported. So if anything's wrong here, I could go ahead and contact Ami, which is where I buy the majority of my imports that are exclusive. I try to get as much as possible from my favorite local anime shop, and to be fair, like the only local anime shop here, Anime Fix in St. Petersburg. I'll put their website down below as well. They do have a new location in Mall of America for those of you in Minnesota. So, I try to get as much as I can from there, support local, shop local, but, you know, things like this are not available to everybody. Special stores, and sometimes not even available for shipping outside, like the Kaiba Corp store exclusive Blue Eyes Ultimate. Obviously, I need it. It's Kaiba related. I'm required to own it legally, so I had to figure out other means for that, which I responded to the email, but I haven't heard back from them. So I should follow up with that. So I do, like I said, try to get as much as I can, but certain items like this, the Artworks Monsters as well, tend to be limited to certain shops like Ami. Of course, you know, DHL shipping is expensive, but it came in 2 days, and it arrived excellently packed and should be in great condition. One thing about these Yu-Gi-Oh! Statues is there's like no window. The Artworks Monsters don't have windows either. You just have to kind of hope for the best. So if you're someone that likes collecting sealed, you know, for me, like one day down the road I'll have them on display, you might want to crack them on open just to make sure everything's okay. Because you open it 10 years later, I don't think they're going to have any replacements. Just in case, you never know what might happen. So I try to open from the bottom. Mega House doesn't like me opening from the bottom. Apparently Amakuni doesn't either. So it's not like a regular lid. I have to cut the seals. So let's get Tiniest Knife. Tiniest Knife tends to do better for packagings. So, Stardust Dragon. Here we go. Make sure I'm recording. It'd be awkward if for like 14 minutes into the video and there actually wasn't any footage. I've done that before. But not on this one because you guys saw that we cracked the seal. So, okay. Let's look at it together for the first time. Okay, he looks sick. He smells like a Payless shoe source. They don't even have those stores anymore, but that's what it smells like. That plastic smell, which I didn't realize till I was in my later years that that's a plastic smell. I'm like, shoes aren't supposed to smell like that. But you know what? They're cheap and they worked well for me. When I was in like elementary school, it was like every 2 months I went up like a shoe size. I grew a lot when I was younger, then I stopped when I was like 10. So I was tall back in the day. Now I'm just medium. Now I'm just medium size. Alright, the only way I keep growing is wider. Alright, let's go ahead and extract. Let's stop being self-deprecating and extract our Boy of the Stars. Now this is not going to fit in my light box, so I don't think I'll be able to post on Instagram nice pictures. I might take a picture on the shelf. I was tempted. I was like, is there any way I could put them side by side for a thumbnail? I originally took pictures of me holding the boxes, but maybe I'll redo that at the end. We'll see. Alright, so let me set the box on the floor. I know y'all can't see anything. You got semi-transparent plastic in your face. So, I think I'll need space in the plastic. Alright, so we gotta pop him out. Is there any tape? There is some tape as well, so I'll cut the tape and then I'll mute. Because in my experience, that tape looks like it was already cut. The tape looks a little loose. So I had one tape that already looked like it got cut. Probably just tore somehow. Alright, I'm gonna mute just because I don't want to have to do any editing aside from throwing those pictures on screen. Alright, so he just like... He's like, I'm here. Ugh. So I did that so that way those of you wearing headphones don't just die. Sometimes it's louder. That wasn't that bad. The first one was pretty loud, but the rest wasn't that bad. Okay, so this is how he is. Got some claws. We'll say, better paint job than... What's the Stardust? Is it Stardust like 20 or 2089? I don't know. But... does have a better paint job. Stardust Funko Pop paint job was not bad. I was actually impressed. I expected a lot worse. Just because I've seen some detailed Funko Pops that look horrendous. I've seen some detailed where I'm like, wow, I can't believe that was such a beautiful application. But this one here, I mean, you get what you pay for. Super, super clean. So I think we can actually go here. Yeah, he'll fit, kinda. He's got a long, pointy tail. I feel like I haven't studied the biology of Stardust very much. I'm used to seeing Stardust like the card art. Even though I've watched 5Ds, I still feel like I recognize the art on the card more so. But he's got some claws. Look at this, dude. This is sick. He's got details in his purple pecs. They got interesting indents. Look at his teeth. He's got some chompers. Not as big. Not as big as the Funko chompers. This looks... I want to be careful with this. This looks like this could break off pretty easily. That is, of course, one of the drawbacks of larger things like this is they got a lot of loose parts that stick out. So the Funko is kind of like one cohesive unit, whereas I feel like if you flick one of these too hard, it is possible it could break off. Actually, honestly, this is my first time ever opening up an Amakuni statue. My Yusei is sealed. I know, I recommend y'all, you should open it on up. He does have a slip window, but to be honest, I still have the paper. I still have the paper around him. I haven't seen my Yusei in like 5 years. I'm bad. It's gotta stay mint. One day I'll put it on display. That's what I'm saying. I know how it is. If you are like me, I still recommend it. It hurts, but you guys gotta open that box and look at it. You gotta make sure everything's good. Y'all gotta make sure it's all good. But I like the way this feels. It has like a really cool surface. Obviously with all this here, it's got really neat texture. He's got purple knuckles. Well, this is really cool. So, this is a pretty sick base. Looks like a sundial. And then this metal piece, yeah. Prepare your... What's that one, planet? Can I say that? Is that kid-friendly? Prepare... Not Pluto, Stardust. It's about to get a little bit funky up in here. Ah, he's stuck on the microphone. His tail got stuck on the microphone! Oh, that was almost very bad. Alright. Why? I feel the need to look at the box. I don't like balancing you on the... You got a lot of pointy parts that are stressing me out. Alright, I need to see how you look like on display. So yeah, that is the way I was expecting it to go. Yeah, so you two go in this way. It just seemed like it was getting caught on the feet. Why are you just kind of... Am I doing something wrong? Hold on. We're having a moment. It's an alley moment. Of course, we will extract the wings. I wish there was an instruction sheet. I know I make fun of the instruction sheet sometimes, but... So it looks like you foot need to be in front. So it is supposed to be this way. And the foot is supposed to be in front. And the other one in the back. Ah. That was very easy. I don't know what I did. Aside from, I know what I did. I just put it in the right way. So I was trying to put him in through the front, but he goes in through the back. As I said, prepare the planet, Stardust. Alright, so let's go ahead and unsnappy here. This is really cool. I like the base as well. It does have like an astral design to it. So, speaking of which, I think there's actually an astral and Yuma statue coming. Amakuni, maybe? I just check what's like newest releases on AmiAmi for pre-order, so... I also keep track also through YG organization, YGO, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization's website for like new merch. So that's how I saw the Black Rose Dragon. They actually had a sculpt, and then the neon, or the Galaxy Eyes Tachyon. I'm not sure if I'm gonna pick up the Tachyon one. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like painted. I feel like I didn't get into Zexal as much, but also I'm making it my goal to have all of the Artworks monsters, because I'm a degenerate, so I might pick it up anyways. We'll see. Yeah, it would look really cool to display case. I mean, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon looks sick, but we'll see. Interesting that they didn't do a regular Galaxy Eyes. Alright, let's figure out how to extract this boy's wings. And then once he's all set... Ah, there's tape. That's how. Once he's all set, we'll look at the Funko Pop next to him. And then we'll see what we think. Which one's cooler? They're both really cool. Alright, we got some wings. There's a lot of tape. We'll say that. Surprising amount of tape. Now that one was pretty loud. Yo, this looks so cool! Look at that! Again, lots of pointy features. Lots of stuff that looks like it could break. Honestly, looking at Stardust is stressing me out a little bit, but we'll make it out of here in one piece. Or 3 or 4 pieces, depending on if we put him back in the box or not. But alright, we got our wings. So they look really cool. Let's take a look together. So again, more claws up here. Oh, this looks super cool. Yeah, I never realized how much Stardust Dragon reminds me of like a bat. Like, I feel like I can encounter a reskinned, like different color Stardust in like Castlevania and it'll make sense. Like, that's the vibes I'm getting here from these wings. These are really cool. Alright, let's go ahead and get you all situated. It does just have, you guys see, yeah. This is an occasion where this little window is convenient. I'm just going to pop these in. I will say the wings are light. The Stardust himself was pretty heavy. The wings are a bit lighter, which makes sense. So that way, when he's all positioned, it kind of balances out since he does lean forward. And there are 2 wings, so they look really cool. They're not as heavy as I expected, but I'm sure that's just the way it was made so that everything's perfectly balanced as it should be, as one may say. Alright, so let's get rid of the cam. I don't think we need it anymore. This is a sick looking statue. I love his face. His face just looks super cool. Let me see if I can get y'all to focus on the face. Let's just try to focus on the wing now. He has a really cool looking face. So definitely looks more like Stardust because of all of the parts and all the details than the little Funko Pop. The Funko Pop does have the tiny little tail. Does have his little tail. Does have wings. Does have the, the claws here. Not the same level of shading. Does have the spikes here towards the back. I mean, does capture the head shape. Is a bit goofy. The teeth are way too big. The teeth are way too big, but it does give it a funny... It does give him a funny appearance. And the eyes are way too big, but that's just Funko Pops in general. So, here are the two together. I really like both of them. They each have something special to offer in their own right. One, size display, affordability, thematic coherence with your other Funko Pops. Obviously, if you have a lot of scale figures, it would fit in depending on the series that you have other scale figures. He is not scale himself. Like I said, I don't know. Is he like 1/200th, 1/20th? How big is Stardust Dragon? The world may never know. I'm sure I could look it up on the wiki, but we're just going with the world will never know how big Stardust Dragon is. But this looks really cool. Definitely happy to have this. I am really curious. Let me know if you guys want to see me unbox the Yusei. So the Yusei and Stardust, obviously that's their jam. They're implied to go together since we did have the Yusei reissue with Stardust pre-order. I had one. I didn't need to order them again. Fingers crossed we see Judai. We go by proper names. But this looks really cool. I really like this Stardust. I remember I ordered them and I'm like, do I need to branch out to like 5D statue? And I'm like, but it looks so cool. And I have no regrets whatsoever. Do I have space? But it looks super cool. I need a bigger light box, so that way I can put the larger stuff in here. We'll say, he is stressing me out a bit with all the delicate parts, although if I were to just set him down and let him be, it would make, those fears would go away. Just turning him around, I'm like, ooh. Just want to be extra careful with him. He looks really cool. I love the wings. I love his display. I love his face. This definitely looks more like a Stardust, like I said, though. It's cheating. Obviously, I mean, you never know. Sometimes you could have a higher-end figure that just was off the mark completely. But for the most part, it's pretty safe to say that whatever we are comparing the Funko to here in Funko Versus, it's not really fair. The Mega House Gems Bleach Grimjow statue versus the Funko Pop. This Amakuni exclusive, like I said, nearly 10 times the price Funko Pop of the Funko Pop. It isn't fair, but it's fun to take a look at what else is out there for what else is out there for collecting. So I really like these scale figures. And like I said, I really like Funko Pops. They have their charm in their own way. I love how I can just take a bunch of series and they all look the same. Like this statue would look out of place with like a bunch of Konosuba figures. Why did Konosuba come to mind? I don't know. That was just the first thing that popped in my head. But like Swimsuit Darkness next to a Stardust Dragon wouldn't make sense. But if they're all Funko Pops, it's just they have that same general look that it's nice they can blend in and it doesn't seem out of place. So definitely positives and negatives to the both of them. The paint job is going to be lesser so on a lesser figure. That's just how it works. But I really like both of these and I'm curious, what is y'all's thoughts on these? You can see that it's the same figure, just an incredible difference in the quality. Like I said, the price is there, the company is different. The scale of how many of these were produced compared to these, I think there's a lot more of these Stardust Dragon Funkos, even though they're exclusive to Target. Target exclusives can be very rare sometimes. Obtusely rare on occasion. But I do think there's probably a lot less of these out there being the exclusive print to order. So I did notice that Ami still had some in stock though, so I wonder if they ordered extra or they had some cancellations. So I'll actually put the exact link to this in the description down below for y'all to check it out. If you're like, Allie, oh my goodness, what is that? I need it. Like I said, you got that link down there. But this looks super cool. This looks super cool. Really love both of these. I will say, looking at the Funko Pop, they should have used a more metallic color. Now maybe there's a metallic variant in the future. That would not surprise me at all. But he is a bit dim compared to this big boy right here. But like I said, I love both of these. I am just enamored with this right now. It just looks super sick. Like looking in the monitor, is just, this looks super cool. I'm seeing it from this angle. I'm seeing it from the front view. He looks awesome. So I hope you all enjoyed this one. I think that's all I have. I'm going to give, like I said, I gave the Funko Pop 9 out of 10. There's a room for improvement. Paint job could be better. Could be a lot worse. I'm actually pretty impressed with how clean it is, considering how much is going on with that figure. This one here, I'm giving Stardust a 10 out of 10. Really nicely balanced. I know as I put that down, he wobbled, but really nicely balanced. The wings being bigger, spreading out the weights to keep him up. Lots of really cool parts on him, very cool details, excellent paint job. My first ever Ami figure unboxing, 10 out of 10, very impressed. Would love to see long-term if he has any balance issues. I wouldn't think so. He looks pretty good set up here, but you never know. Only time will tell on that. I can't obviously speak to that at the moment. But really happy with that. I feel like I do remember seeing other Ami stuff, or other Amakuni stuff. I don't recall though. I'll have to pilfer through the merch tab on Yu-Gi-Oh! Organization just to see if there's anything I missed. Like, what happened to that Chaz? What happened to the Yuma statue I saw? Those might be Amakunis, like the Jaden, like the Yusei, like the Stardust. So I'll have to do a little bit more research. Anything I can get my hands on Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll try my best to open it here on the channel. Like I said, those Artworks monsters coming up. The ones that are not even for pre-order, the Black Rose Dragon, still on the fence on the Tachyon. But I do have that Dark Magician that popped up on screen earlier, the Ultimates, and then that Mega House. It's a different line, but Blue Eyes and Kaiba, as I said earlier in the video, I need it. So that's on order as well. So when those come in, you guys know that I will be checking them on out, unless I open them all up, and then it turns out I never hit record, and then I don't want to do it again, which has happened before. So fingers crossed I don't make any errors when those really cool statues come in. But yes, I think that does it here. Otherwise, I'm just going to like stare at them back and forth over and over again, which is a bit obnoxious because you guys can't even see the Funko Pop. He's too short. Yeah, I'll hold him. I'll hold him for our outro. I'll go back to holding them for our outro. But with that, that does finish off our newest episode here on the channel of Funko Versus. I hope you guys enjoyed checking out this unboxing and this Amakuni unboxing. It was really fun. Both of them, like I said, I like very much. 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 on the bigger statue. So if you all enjoyed this one, which like I said, I really hope that you did. Can you stop? Can you just stop moving? Do I have to deduct points? I'm watching you. You stop. Okay. So if you really enjoyed this one, which I hope that you did, don't forget to go ahead and hit that like button. Comments for me, drop those down below. Do you want to see Yusei? Do you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh? Less Yu-Gi-Oh? Anything? Let me know in the comments down below. Suggestions for any Funko Versus? Let me know down below. And of course, if you're not yet part of the Alias Treasure Trove family, I'd love to have you join me here. Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, before I get on out of here, do have to give an extra special shout out to all of my patrons over on Patreon. Thank you so much, you all, for going above and beyond with your supports. I really, truly do appreciate it. We do have 9 Gemstone Miners, Andon Bounty Hunter Braggs, Jack Perez, Keith Muna, Mako Rees, Stephen Olivo, Stephen Bly, and TJ Christensen. We also have 1 Crystal Collector, Sean F. But thank you so much again, though, to all of my patrons, whether you're on a tier in which I say your name at the end of every video or not. Really, truly do appreciate y'all's above and beyond support. I said y'all twice in this video. The Florida is coming out. Why? But we've had a y'all count of 2. I have noticed. It was not intentional, but maybe it means I need more Dr. Pepper. I've been trying to cut back. That's lasted a whole like 3 hours. Time for more. Yay! But with that, I think that does it here for this unboxing. This was a lot of fun. It was a cool battle. Like I said, no, you can't honestly compare the two. They're completely different items, but I hope that you all enjoyed taking a look at both of them. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Take care, and I hope you all will join me next time as we unearth some more treasures here on Ali's Treasure Trove. Bye!